Islam does not mean peace. So many people have gotten confused about the meaning of what Islam actually means. I hear it all of the time. Muslims themselves, they're saying Islam means peace. Yalla, come, Islam means peace. Islam is peace. Yani, Islam is not peace. Islam does not mean peace. That's not what it means. I'm not saying Islam is not a peaceful religion. I don't even really like the word religion, because Islam is not just, it's not a religion, it's a way of life. It's a way that you live your life. It's not just a small little thing. It's the way that you live your life. And Islam does not mean peace. That's the most important thing, because we have our bases wrong. We as Muslims, we have our bases wrong, and we give a false perception to the outsiders, to the kafirs, people who don't believe. We give a false perception. Now, so let's go back to the basics. Let's start from the beginning. What is the beginning? Islam. And what does Islam mean? It means submission, not peace. Submission. Submission to who? To the government? To social media? To your brothers, to your friends on the street? Submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much submission? 50%? 60%? 90%? When you feel like it? If you have time? How much submission? 100% submission, full submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Islam is. And who are the people who do this? The people who do the full submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those people we call mu'mins. We call them believers. Those are the Muslims. That's what we are, Muslims. So the moment that you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, the moment that you declare, the moment you say the shahada, the declaration of faith, now you say, I as a person fully submit 100% all of the time. When I feel like it or not, I fully submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Islam means. Islam doesn't mean peace. It doesn't mean peace. It means submission. Now that we have this basis, everything that comes after that, everything that is said in the Quran, everything about the hadith, about the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, all of these things, if we want to question it, we want to know the logic behind it, even though some things would just fly straight over our heads, we wouldn't be able to understand. I'll give you an example really quickly before I go on to my point. If you have a little daughter, a little son, whatever, little kid, little nephew, you say, yo, go brush your teeth. I don't want to brush my teeth. I don't feel like it. I know what you don't know. You have to brush your teeth or there will be consequences. Not that I'm doing it. If you don't brush your teeth, you're going to get yellow teeth, they're going to be ugly, your mouth is going to stink, you're going to get holes, your teeth are going to hurt. But the little child doesn't get that. It doesn't realize that. I know what you don't know. All right? If you have a guy, 14 years old or whatever, a little kid, you want to go out in the streets, you want to go partying, you want to do drugs, you want to live this lifestyle, you tell him no, not because you don't want him to have fun, not because you want to take that away from him. You say no because I know what you don't know. And the moment that we say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, we say that Allah is Al-Alim. Allah is the all-knowing. Allah is the all-knowing. He's also Ar-Rahman. He's also Ar-Rahim. He's the most merciful, the most gracious. He's also the most loving. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all of this comes with La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So it's not just a little sentence that we say that means nothing. There is so much behind it. There's so much behind it. We can't just say with our tongue, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. We have to also say it with our heart, and we have to also say it with our actions. All these three things, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. You can't do one and not the other. They go hand in hand. That's what Islam is. That's what Islam is. So, all of these questions, why do we have to pray 5 times a day? Why do women have to wear the hijab? Why do we fast in the month of Ramadan? Why do we have to pray zakat? Why do we have to go to a hajj? Why do we have to do these things? Why do we have to cover our awra? Why can't we eat pork? Why? All of these questions can simply be answered by going back to the basis. Full submission. You do it, and then afterwards, if you want to get the knowledge as to why you are doing it, try and seek that knowledge. Actually, no problem. Try and seek that knowledge. But do not, your actions cannot be dependent on this knowledge that you think you might have. Some Muslims, they say, oh, we can't eat pork because there is a disease in the pork and it's bad. Some people say, oh, we can't eat pork because it's a pink or it's a dirty animal or there is this and there is that. All of these things, that's not the reason why we don't eat pork. We don't eat pork, why? Because Allah said so. And I am a Muslim and I have full submission to Allah. That's it. That's why we don't eat pork. Why do women wear hijab? Because Allah said so. Are there amazing benefits because, yeah, guys can't look at her and she has to cover her beauty and it's going to be way better for everything in society? All good and well. But so many women don't want to put on the hijab because I don't care. I don't feel like it. How many times you heard it? I don't feel like it. I don't want it right now. My truth. I don't feel like it. SubhanAllah, that's not what it means to be a Muslim. The moment you say you are a Muslim, you surrender. You surrender. You submit to Allah, the Creator, who knows what you don't know. Who knows what you don't know? It's going right over our head. Who are we to question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We have to pray 5 times a day. But this time I'm tired. Ya Allah, I'm tired. I was working all day. I'm fasting. I can't do this last prayer. SubhanAllah, are you crazy? Yeah, we have to think. We really have to think. So it's very simple. If people ever want to question why do we do what we do as a Muslim, it's because we are a Muslim, which means that we fully submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. Islam doesn't mean peace. It means submission, full submission to who? To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's that simple. So don't get things confused anymore. Don't get any ideas. Don't try to justify the religion with science, even though it is a scientific religion, even though it is a peaceful religion, even though it's a logical religion. The moment you say La ilaha illallah, throw your logic out the way. You establish that Islam is the faith, is the only way of life with your logic. But the moment that you come in the religion, the moment you have established this base, do not come and question every single little thing and then you want to understand it before you want to take action. No. What did we say go hand in hand? La ilaha illallah, with our mouth, with our heart, and with our actions. Not here to question. Allah doesn't want your questions. Allah doesn't want all of these things. Allah wants you to submit. Like who are we following? Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That's who we are following. Again, it's amazing to ask questions, but you have to take your action. You have to submit. And after the submission, you want to ask questions, yani it's amazing. Go for it. Ask your questions. But just because you don't understand something, like the kid who doesn't understand why he has to brush his teeth, or the guy who want to go out and party, why he doesn't understand why he can't do that, just because you don't understand why you have to pray 5 times a day, or why you have to wear the hijab, or why do you have to fast, doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. You should always be doing it. Try to seek the knowledge, try to understand why. But just because you don't know why, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing it. Jazakallah khair for listening. Hope everyone's going to have an amazing day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.